Hi, this is Donna. Welcome to DD Paper Crafts. In today's video, we're going to be making this simple box base with a flip lid, and inside there are two additional boxes which I've tried to disguise as much as possible, and these open like so. So this is a lovely way of just adding some additional little boxes inside the main box. So let me show you how I put this box together. We'll start with the base of the box. You can make the base of your box any size to suit your needs. The overall size of my box base is 4 by 4 by 2 inches high. I'm starting with a piece which is 8 by 8. On all four sides, score at 2 inches. And for the lid of the main box, I have a piece which is 5 by 5, and on all four sides I've scored at 1/2 inch. We'll start with the box base, fold and burnish along all of the score lines, and we're going to make our very simple tray by cutting up the first vertical to the horizontal. Repeat at the other side, and then cut a wedge from the sides of these two corner tabs. Rotate the piece 180 degrees and do the same at the other end. Add glue to the glue tabs and pull up the sides to create the box base. So this is a box base in its simplest form. Make sure you get nice right angles. Repeat at the other end and pull the box together. Whilst that's drying, take your lid piece, fold and burnish along the score lines, cut away two of the intersecting squares, so cut a left and a right, and cut a wedge from the end of this glue tab, and this is going to be the hinge to attach the lid to the box. Rotate the piece 180 degrees, cut up the vertical to the horizontal, so we're creating a small glue tab. Repeat that on the right hand side corner, and then cut a wedge from the sides of those small glue tabs. We'll add glue to these small glue tabs at the front, and these will fold round, and this will form the lid of the box. So add glue to the small tabs, pull the sides round and adhere those to the front of the lid. And I'm going to now apply tape to the back of the hinge and insert the lid into the back of the box. I'm just going to cut a slight angle from the ends of the sides nearest the back of the box. That's just going to stop those catching as the lid closes. So the lid just folds down over the top of the box base like so. We're now going to create the two smaller boxes to sit inside. If you're making boxes your own size, what you need to bear in mind is the gap between the two boxes. So if you've got a box on the left and the box on the right, the middle portion cannot be any less than the height of the boxes on the left and the right. Otherwise, you won't have enough room to lift up the lid. My internal boxes are going to be 4 inches by 1 inch by 1 inch high, which gives me plenty of scope to hide the boxes underneath the gift on the top, and then I'll have these two plinths inside the base of the box, which are going to be the additional treat boxes. I'm going to use two pieces of cardstock which are 4.5 by 5 7/8. Along the 4.5 inch side, score at 1, 2, 3 and 4. Rotate, and along the 5 7/8 inch side, score at 1, rotate 180 degrees and score at 1. So we'll do that twice. Fold and burnish along all of the score lines. Take your scissors, and with the piece in a portrait orientation and the tab on the right hand side, cut up the first, second and third vertical score lines up to the horizontal. Rotate and cut up the vertical to meet the end of that cut line. So we're removing that bottom left-hand rectangle. Rotate, and we're going to cut up the right hand, the middle, and the left hand score line, like so. Rotate and cut up to remove that right hand rectangle. So this is the front flap for the box. I'm going to round off the corners of the front flap, add glue to the left hand and the middle tabs, fold one in, pull the next section down and sit over the top, and then pull the full square over the top. Repeat on the other end. I'm going to cut a wedge from the middle and the right hand tab. I've forgotten to cut those. Add glue to the two shaped tabs and pull those around to complete the sides of the box. So the full square is going to sit on the top. So that's effectively my box. The lid's going to tuck in like so, and the lid is going to sit inside the box like so. So the opening is on the section towards the middle. So we need to be able to get the lid open. You could use a small piece of ribbon. I'm going to use a circle, which I've cut with my circle punch, and I'm going to glue that to the front flap. That's going to sit inside like so, and then when the box is closed, you can then use the portion of the circle sticking beyond the flap to open the box. We want to disguise this as much as possible, so a lot of this box is about the decoration. So I'm going to add my circle onto the front flap. So I'm going to start by adding a portion of my decorative paper to the middle section of the base of the box. I don't need to cut this the full width because obviously my two smaller boxes are going to sit on the bottom. And what I want to do is cover the top and the bottom of the exposed portion of the circle tab at the bottom. That's going to help the box look camouflaged, as it were. So I'm going to go ahead and add my DSP onto the front and the back of the circle and to the top of the lid section and to the top of the box. And the other two sides I can leave blank. Here's my smaller boxes which I've covered. The top of the lid and the top of the box. I've tried to add the DSP so there's no border, and I've added DSP to the inside of the box as well. I'm going to add glue to the two plain portions of the box and stick those into the bottom of the box, and then continue decorating the outside of the box. So here's the finished decorated box. I haven't decided what to do on the top yet, so I've just left that with DSP on the top. I did go to the effort of lining up the stripes around the lid and the sides of the box. The paper I've used on the outside and the inside is Simply Made Crafts, and this is the Sweet Treats paper pack. This is from Craft Stash. So here's the inside of the box. As I showed earlier, I've covered all of the inside. And overall, I'm quite happy with how the boxes are disguised, as it were. I think if I were to have used either a plainer paper or maybe a pattern with a smaller, busier design on it, they would be even more disguised. But overall, for a first try, I'm quite happy at how these have come out. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.